This is Professor Michael Chapman. I'm one of the most experienced IVF doctors in Australia. I believe that an important part that I can contribute is to educate patients in relation to fertility, infertility, and all that involves. These series of podcasts help to educate you. I hope they are helpful to you. If you wish to know more, however, I'm more than happy to have you contact me via email, which is profmchapman@gmail.com, or make an appointment to see me on 9138 4222. There's a lot of talk at the moment, and a recent publication in, I forgot what magazine it was, by a New York group, and they also presented at this meeting in Tokyo that I was at last week, claiming that they'd perfected a robotic approach, combination of AI and robotics, to be more consistent in the laboratory than a trained embryologist in terms of some of the techniques that are required. I can't quite see replace scientists, but certainly that may be a direction. And our experience is that within a laboratory, it's a highly delicate process that the scientists or processes that scientists are involved in, handling things that are micro size. And you can imagine on a bad day, you might be quite as good as other days. And also, we even know anecdotally that some scientists seem to have green fingers and produce slightly better results than their colleagues. So having a system that made it more consistent potentially does have the chances of improving things going forward. There are now, again, at the meeting last week, there's now an oral version of one of the drugs we use now, which is only by injection, to control spontaneous ovulation in an IVF cycle. So that hasn't got to Australia yet, but I was impressed to see that it got to the commercial sphere, at least in some countries around the world, and that we look forward to coming here, because again, that would take another burden from the patient taking a second injection as well as the FSH. And I know companies are working on oral versions of the drugs that stimulate ovulation, and that will be another potential step forward. So it'll become an easier journey, hugely easier than when I started doing IVF. It has come a long way already, but it will go further. And I suppose the other area that's causing interest and is actually not stimulating at all, or very minimally, and collecting eggs in an immature state and then maturing them in the laboratory rather than waiting for them to be mature in the lady's ovaries. And the results on that are promising, but certainly in terms of pregnancy rates, our standard techniques still are holding up in terms of better pregnancy rates. So that's things to come, absolutely. And that's been one of the joys for me of working in this field for the time I have. I've seen all of these developments come. Many of them have come and gone, to be honest. People have come up with great ideas and publish on 10 patients saying this is the way forward. And then they do the full study, the 50 or 100 patients, and it's no better than it was before. So things do come and go. And obviously, in this area in particular, Dr. Google picks up all of these random things, and patients looking at that are looking for the magic bullet that's going to get them pregnant. But I'm afraid, and as someone who's seen a lot, very few of them are going to change the world going forward. And don't forget that you can access all the previous episodes by going to our website www.theivfjourney.com and select IVF Journey podcast from the navigation menu.